The Lionesses World Cup final game in Australia would have been a perfect opportunity for Prince William to do a tour of the Commonwealth nation, an expert has argued, as pressure builds in the country to remove the monarchy from its constitution. England's spot in the climactic game of the Women's World Cup would have been the ideal time for the Prince of Wales to boost royal popularity in Australia, Daily Express royal correspondent Richard Palmer said on the Royal Roundup podcast with Pandora Forsyth today. Support for the monarchy is reportedly waning in the Commonwealth nation, with many commentators suggesting a possible vote for full independence from the royal family is imminent. William also runs the risk of being accused of sexism, Mr. Palmer said. He told Ms. Forsyth, "For me, the fact that this tournament is taking place in Australia and New Zealand at this time would have been a perfect opportunity for a royal tour out there, and yet there's no sign of it." William being named as most popular royal among Americans is no surprise. Pandora pointed out that William did attend a training camp with the Lionesses before they left. She asked, did he just not expect them to get as far as they have done? But Mr. Palmer said that the radio silence on the possibility of William appearing in Australia marked a break from his approach to the Men's World Cup final in Qatar. He said, when England men's team played in the World Cup in Qatar last year, the palace made it clear that he didn't have plans to go out there, but should England get to the final, people close to him were saying he'd find a way of getting out there. He's opened himself up to accusations of sexism really. He added that Princess Anne and other royals may view the lack of a royal tour as a mistake, but said, the royal family likes to take August off, that's the fact about it. The death of Queen Elizabeth II and ascension of Charles to the throne has galvanized the Republican debate in Australia, as well as several other Commonwealth states. The coronation of the less popular King Charles came during a time at which there is growing momentum for another referendum on the monarchy, with the last being nearly 25 years ago. Don't miss. Humza Yousaf snaps when asked if he'll be cheering on Lionesses in World Cup, reveal, England Women's World Cup star plans huge London party if Lionesses beat Spain, Insight, World Cup final. But it's only the women, right Prince William? Comment, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has previously said a republic is inevitable and last year, in a historic first, appointed a junior minister for the republic. In nearby New Zealand it is a similar story, with Prime Minister Chris Hipkins saying he's a Republican and believes the country will ideally leave the monarchy one day. The Australian Monarchist League believes Mr. Albanese is gradually shifting the country away from the royal family since his election. Philip Benwell, the group's national chair, said in an email to members that the removal of the Queen's cipher from the gates of Kirribilli House after her death in September 2022 was a clear indication of his intent. He claimed, he has no intention of replacing it with the King's cipher. The cipher is typically a combination of the monarch's name and title woven with the crown. And in February, the government announced a new design for the $5 note in the works. The new note will honor the culture and history of Indigenous Australians, rather than the head of state, and will be designed in consultation with First Nations people. Prior to this, the banknote had featured a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Recent polling suggests that 42% of Australians would vote against retaining the monarchy, compared with just 35% in favour.
Who's in our hearts red melted.